So let's create our website using HTML. In creating a website, we can use three tools or three scripting tools. We have HTML, we have CSS, and JavaScript. So HTML is for layout, CSS is for designing, and of course, JavaScript is for the interactivity. So in this video, we will only be learning HTML, the basics of HTML, especially for beginners. And when we are designing or creating our HTML layout, we will be using Notepad. We can actually use different types of editors, but whatever is available in your computer, that's fine. So normally what's available is the Notepad. So first thing we type when we are creating our HTML is a doctype HTML tag. So HTML is going to use tags. So we will be learning more about tags as we go along. So the doctype HTML tag will allow us to communicate with our browser. So this tells the browser that it's an HTML file that it's supposed to open. You see, the browser can also open PDF, videos, or any other file format. But we have to make sure that it opens what we wanted to display. So in this case, it's an HTML. So that's why we add doctype HTML. Now, in creating our website, like I've mentioned, we will be using tags here. So first, the first tag we have to introduce is, of course, HTML, since this is HTML tag. So we'll be using the open HTML and the close HTML. The structure of HTML, of course, or the syntax contains an angle bracket, and you have your elements inside the angle brackets. So here, the first tag that we have introduced is the HTML tags, open and close. Now, not all tags have partners open and close tags. Some HTML tags or some tags, they are just standalone tags, or basically they are empty. They are empty tags. So like break tags, we will be introducing them as we go along. So HTML basically has a partner. We have HTML open tag and HTML closing tag. So everything that we put in our browser, whatever we want to design, whatever we want to display, has to be in between the HTML tags. Now the HTML tag can have, of course, our head tag. Again, head tag has open and close. And we also have our body tag. So body tag also has open and close. So for the head tag, we will put here the title of our website. So what we put here will be displayed in the title bar. If it's in our browser, so it appears here. And also we can put a logo. So for example, the logo of your website, the travel and tour website, you can put there an airplane or anything that you want the logo to be. And here in the body, whatever you put there in the body, it gets displayed in the browser window. So it's going to be in between here. So now let's add our title tag. So the title tag, this is now going to be displayed at the top of our browser, which is the title bar. So I'm going to put there an open title and the closed title. I'm just going to type here my first web page. So this is just a one-page document. So this is what we are just going to call this as a web page. So basically, if you create several pages, then you can connect all these pages and you come up with your website. So first things first, we have to save our work before we can open it into the browser. So here, I'll just type index. So it could be any file name, but normally if it's a home page, we'll just name it index. And this is a very important thing to know. Make sure that you have typed .html. Otherwise, it will not be opened as an HTML layout or design. It's just going to be your regular text editor or the notepad. So make sure you have added .html and then you save. So let's see the difference. So here, if you have saved it as .html, you will see that your file will now be displayed as, by default, whatever your default web browser is. So in this case, my default browser is the Microsoft Edge. So that's why it's showing the Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer logo. Now, if you don't add the .html, so for example, you just save it as index and then not putting anything. So let me just type here, for example, index1 and then save. If you notice here, the other one without the .html is just a regular text document. But the other one can now be opened in the web browser. So you can open it here. There's Internet Explorer. So nothing gets displayed here basically because we did not really put anything in our website, in our web page. So what we just added is the title. So now you have here my first web page. So we're supposed to see that in the title bar or the tab, the title in the tab. We can also open this in Mozilla or Google Chrome. So I'll just open this in Google Chrome. So here in Google Chrome, again, nothing will be displayed in the window because we did not put anything there. What we added was just a title. So the title tag gets displayed here on top in our title bar. So we have here my first web page. So now let's try to put something inside the body. So like all other programming experiences that we have probably done, the first thing we display is always hello world. So you have there hello world, and then let's save it and refresh our browser. So looks like it wasn't saved. Oh, so it was only here in the index1. So this is what happens if you did not save your notepad as HTML. So I'm just going to delete this so I won't be confused with the other file. So I'm going to be deleting this one. So how do you open your code from this browser? So you're just going to right click on that icon and then click open with Notepad. So choose other apps, make sure you have chosen Notepad. So you have Notepad there. So there it's open now. So again, let's type here hello world and let's save this and let's open this in Google Chrome. So now you have hello world, right? So again, recap. The head tag together with your title tag will display the text my first web page into the title bar of your browser, which is this one, while your body tag will display whatever you put in between the body tag into the browser window. So just like here, it's hello world. Now you can also create your navigation bar in between these body tags. So for example, I'll have home, destination, I'll have about, and I'll have FAQ. So here, if I save this and refresh the browser, this is how it's going to look like. So even if you place your text in different lines in the browser, it's still going to be displayed as one line. So how do we display our text in different lines in our browser? So we will be introducing the break tag. So we have the break tag. The break tag is just a standalone tag that lets us display our text in different lines. So there it is. But of course, I don't want my navigation bar to be on different lines. So I'll just remove the break tag and leave my title bar in one line. So next is creating a hyperlink. So how do we create a hyperlink or making our text clickable? So for example, I'm going to put here, visit our Instagram page. Oops. So there. Now to make this into a hyperlink, we introduce the anchor tag. So the anchor tag has a partner. So we have anchor tag. So how does this look like? You just use the A tag, okay? And you have the open A tag and then the close A tag. And this tag will need an attribute. So attribute is a parameter inside the tags. So we will be using href. So href, this will reference or open the referenced website. So this attribute, the href attribute, will have a value. The value or the element is usually the website address or the web page that you have created. So in this case, we will be using Instagram. So I'll have to make sure I copy the exact Instagram website so that it really opens when we click it. So here I have Instagram. So I'm going to be copying this into my code. It should be in between the open and close quotation marks. So again, the structure or the syntax should look like this. You have your A tag, your href attribute, your equal symbol, and then the value after the equal symbol, which is placed inside double quotation. So we will be using the Instagram. And visit our Instagram page. This is the text that will be displayed in your browser, which becomes clickable. And make sure you have your closing anchor tag. So make sure to save it. So save. And then let's refresh our browser here. So this is now the hyperlink or the clickable text. The others, they are just regular text because we did not add any anchor tags and links to that. So if I'm going to click this, it should open the Instagram page. So that's just how to create hyperlinks with our text. In the next video, I'm going to be showing how to add images and how to make our image clickable. And there will be other things that we can do with HTML. So make sure that you try this so that you will be able to understand how the HTML structure looks like and how to code the HTML layout.